Hey y'all, this is my review for The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 1. This is video 2 of 3 for me today. If you want to see me again later on, I will be on Polly Side Eye at 9 o'clock with my bestie Jared, for another political topic, to educate y'all, as well as myself. This little break I had between this and Basketball Wives, it just went like that. Jeez. Anywho, Miami is back. I'm glad I have another franchise of Housewives to review. Miami is back, as well as the undeserved ratings. I mean, did y'all see that? 290K? Like, I'm so sick of y'all, and I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm just so sick of y'all in the back always complaining about, oh, the Housewives ain't like what it used to be. This is boring. The friendships ain't real. And y'all usually be talking about Atlanta. A lot of people be complaining about Beverly Hills too. But when we get good Housewives shows, y'all don't watch. Like, this was a great premiere. Like, it gave everything. I was just so frustrated. I was like, what more do you ninjas want? And then, my tweet actually went viral again because I'm just like, it's really strange that Miami doesn't really have like a Black audience that watches, even though we have 2 Black women on the cast who actually get along, and they really give like money as well. I just don't understand. Like, what's the disconnect? I mean, I hope it's doing good on Peacock because the ratings are just, saying otherwise. I hope y'all really give Miami a chance because it really is a good franchise. Is it Beverly Hills that gets the most views that isn't even as good? Look, I mean, Beverly Hills is still my favorite franchise, but Miami and Salt Lake City, they are top tier Housewives right now. I don't watch this Housewives. I'm not putting that much money towards Andrew's sweaty lip. But I'm going to watch the reviews from my fave YouTubers, Brooke and Chris. I appreciate you. But I'm letting you know it's a really entertaining franchise. Oh, thank you, Robert. I will watch my favorite reviewers, but I refuse to watch Miami until Larsa Rob the Cradle is fired. She is the only person that has me not watching because I'm a housewife fiend. So that's the thing, y'all. We can't have every housewife to be likable. That's just not realistic. Like, this is the new thing. Like, and thank you, Robert, for the super chat. I'm just, using this as an example. Like, just because we don't like a housewife doesn't mean they're not good housewives, because we need villains as well. Like, I don't care for Larsa, and yes, my size 13 foot will be on her neck this entire review, but I do like her for the show. Like, we need somebody to drag, somebody to read. We can't have, like, I'm going to use Beverly Hills as an example. We can't have 7 Garcelles on the show. It's just not going to be fun. We have to have some type of discourse. Like, that's the reason why we're not getting good housewives, because everybody wants to be likable. You have to be yourself. And Larsa is being her authentic, unlikable self. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't have every cast member to be likable because there is no show. Anywho, let's get on with the review, because look, I got to be back on here at 9 p.m. even though I feel like another break is going to go like that. So, episode begins. We open in a flashback to 2022 when Alexia was getting married to Todd. And then we go to 2 years later of the bombshell of them getting divorced. Now, I remember this. It was in the middle of, when was it? It was right in the middle of them going off the air and them going back on the air. So I was gagged by this news because I was like, wait, what? This don't make any type of sense whatsoever. We're getting all the ladies' reactions, including some of them saying, well, Adriana was right. And if you remember last season, Adriana was saying something in the buttermilk ain't clean between Todd and Alexia. And I just think it was money woes because I don't know. I still think something in the buttermilk ain't clean because I'm not buying this divorce storyline. We see Alexia crying to Marisol, and as well as her new bestie Julia. More on that later. It looks like she was blindsided by this, and according to her, he moved out in secret with Frankie in the house while he was doing it. Like, I don't know. Like, just something is funny about this. Like, behind her back too, and they were like so in love. 2 years married. I will say though, Alexia is not a stranger to trauma and chaos in her life. So I think she will be fine. She was more likable when her life was in disarray, honestly. When I started watching, gosh, it's really been 3 seasons already. I think season 4, right? But yeah, we then see her FaceTime and Teresa, which is not shocking because, they're close because they're literally the same person. And then we fast forward to Alexia breaking the news to the cast, and they're there to support her, even Adriana. But I know deep down, she trying not to say, told you so, told you so, told you so. So then we jump 5 months later. And I'm assuming because like the divorce bomb dropped before they started shooting season 7, but they brought those cameras right back up just so they could get like all the ladies' reactions. But now we're in present day for the show, and we're with Cuban freaking Frack meeting up for dinner. Lisa is going to be joining them shortly. And speaking of Lisa, they're discussing how her ex Lenny broke up with his fiance that he left her for. And then they're saying that, they hope she doesn't get back with him. Now, if I was Lisa, I would be very offended that my friends would think that I am that desperate to get back with the man who really humiliated her on national television. And she also currently has a boyfriend. So they really think that she would dump Jody for Lenny just to get her family back again. That's crazy to me. Marisol then brings up how Alexia has been seeing Todd again and she didn't know. And I thought it was ironic that, they're talking about, Lisa's going to get back with Lenny when Alexia is getting back with Todd after he blindsided her with a divorce. But yeah, Alexia's excuse is she is madly in love with Todd. And again, I'm not buying it. It just seems like they are playing with their marriage for a plot line. Is it just me? Like, because it was just, let me see, 5 months. I don't know. Like, it's just not adding up to me. Like, I want to believe Alexia and Todd, like they're actually separated right now, but I really think that they're playing with their marriage for a plot line. So Lisa arrives and they immediately bring up Lenny to her, and she says jokingly that she wants to get back with him, and they totally fell for it. But I will say I wouldn't put it past her if she was being serious, but I was definitely waiting for a just kidding at some point. We later find out that the first event of the season will be hosted by Lisa, who is having a birthday party for her current boyfriend, Jody. Now, it's an old Hollywood theme, like another cliche of reality TV. I'm just glad she didn't say Great Gatsby, because I would have really screamed. Alexia then asked Lisa, is her man inviting Marcus? Since, they're still buddy-buddy after him and Larsa broke up. So Lisa says no, but there's currently some friction between her and Larsa because of it. So this is how I gathered Lisa's story. Like, her and her man was at Catch. They ran into Marcus at a table with a bunch of Jody's friends. She stopped by the table, said hello, whatever, and I think Marcus took a photo. Marcus then invited them to go somewhere else, and Lisa said no, but Jody went along. And I guess that got back to Larsa, so now she's pissed. And I think Marcus, I think he was trying to get under Larsa's skin by posting a photo or whatever. I don't really keep up with Miami that much outside of the show, so I don't remember them taking a picture together. But I'm really not surprised that Jody and Marcus formed a relationship because Larsa was the one that always wanted to go on these double dates with her, Lisa, Jody, and Marcus. And remember last season how Kiki felt like the fifth wheel all the time? So yeah, like, I guess she's single again. Well, current present day, she's not single again. She already cast her line out for another young guy. But it sounds like Cuban freaking Frack are on Larsa's side, but I'm giving Lisa the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't know. Larsa, she's making a big deal out of it, and I really think that it was out of Lisa's control. Now, if y'all disagree with me, let me know. Let me see what y'all saying. I think their money might be funny, and this divorce is really a division of assets. Yeah. Todd, something doesn't look right about him. I agree. I bet Lisa wished she would have invited Marcus after Applehead showed her butt. Not Larsa being an Applehead. Marcus is a drug addict. He will say and do anything. I believe that. Alexia is addicted to embarrassment and bad decisions. Hello, Riri, my mod. I started watching Miami after watching Ultimate Girls Trip. I even went back and watched from season 1. The Miami girls really are that girl. Love your reviews. Thank you so much. Now, let me get some Celsius right quick. A little break. This is my favorite flavor. Well, one of my favorite flavors, the strawberry kiwi. And then there's also the sour apple and cherry. And no, I am not sponsored by Celsius yet. I can see that too. Alexia just don't want to be alone. Can totally see that. No, Alexia and Todd are playing with their marriage for a plot line. That's what I think. We're going to find something out during this season. Like, somebody got to call that shit out because it seems weird. Let's see. So where am I? Okay, so then Lisa says when Larsa found out, she went off on her. And even used her ex Lenny as an example. And I thought Larsa was dead ass wrong trying to compare her whole fling to Lisa's ex-husband, who she shares a child with. They were together for over a decade? It is not the same. So I was looking at Larsa crazy. I was like, girl, are you really comparing your relationship with Marcus to Lisa's relationship with her ex? Of course, she doesn't expect anybody to be like in Lenny's space at all. What? So then next scene we're with Julia and her wife. What's her name? Martina. Whew. I was watching this scene. I was thinking, good Lord, they are boring. But congrats to them on adopting 2 baby boys. Now, I saw a lot of people bringing up their ages, and I can kind of see the point. Like, when they're 18, like, will Martina even be able to walk? I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, they're already in their 50s. They're going to be 80 by the time their kids are, like, graduating high school. I don't know. If they like it, I love it. I'm totally here for it. But here's where the drama comes in. She had a Zoom call with all the ladies regarding the announcement, and now she feels some type of way about Gertie not making the call and giving her a cold congrats. Now, skirt, Gertie thankfully dropped the text messages, and I am so disappointed in Julia. Um, but we all know what's going on because Julia, with her newfound friendship with Marisol and Alexia, Cuban freaking frack, she on the wrong team. Now, I'm so glad my girl Gertie dropped the receipts. Basically, it says Gertie right here. Hi, are you sending the link? It never worked. She tried 3 times. So then we see this paragraph by Julia saying, "Oh, sorry, my friend. I don't know what went wrong. I'm sure that's not how she speaks, but we only had one link that everybody stayed on. Sorry you couldn't get in. It was very passive aggressive. I'm looking at it. I had something amazing to tell you guys. So she didn't even bother telling Gertie, her good Judy, what was going on or what was the purpose of it. So then Gertie's like, oh, well, I guess I'll look online for this announcement. I was like, yeah. And then Julia responds, yeah, you'll understand when you read. My hands are literally full right now. I can't tell you. She couldn't really just tell her in the text message. And we see Gertie was trying to get on there. So then Gertie says congrats for an announcement she doesn't even know. That's why it's just a congrats. But then according to messy ass Julia, we see her telling Martina that, oh, well, she just gave me a cold congrats and that's it. Because bitch, you didn't tell her that you adopted 2 kids. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad that she's trying to make her good friend out of a plot line. Now, here's the thing. Julia was hanging on by a thread. So I think they can really just pluck her off the show and replace her with Dr. Nicole, my girl. Because, look, I can say, not just because I dislike Julia, I don't think she's that good for the show. Her and Martina have really passed their prime. Let them raise their kids and get off the show. But yeah, I really, really did not like how she tried to set up Gertie like that. And especially how Martina was treating Gertie as well. I'm side-eyeing her ass too. So the next scene we're with Lisa and Jody. We're catching up with, like how Lisa, what she's been up to. And it looks like she's living in a new rental. A 6-bedroom, $32,000 a month rental. Whew! Is Lenny paying for this? And it looks like she's living with Jody now too. I thought it was in her settlement that she couldn't have anybody live with her. I don't know. Somebody update me in the comments. But she does have 50-50 custody of her kids with Lenny. And I thought that was interesting that she didn't get full custody. So now it's like she cannot have her kids sometimes for days. And because her ex-husband is so vindictive, he won't even let her know what's going on. So it's kind of like a mind fuck for her that she can't even tell her kids goodnight sometimes. So I thought that was a really interesting perspective that she doesn't have 100% full custody. She does mention the party and how Lisa is not Lisa. She mentions how Larsa is already mad at her. Let's see. Julia is turning 53 this month. Yeah, so she'll be 80 by the time her kids will be in high school. Julia is fake and shouldn't come back this season. Let's see. Yeah, Martina's money got that adoption approved as she's in her late 60s and also had cancer where most agencies would make her wait more time. Julia and the Lazy 5 ranch she got should have been gone. Yeah. The house Lenny is supposed to build isn't built yet, so she's renting. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Jody paying for the house completely, and that's why he gave her a face when she made the house sound like a little cozy cabin. Oh. Do we have some receipts on that? Jody is paying the house for the house completely? Really? Really? I don't know. Drop the receipts for me though. So, speaking of Larsa, next scene we're with her and her mom. Her mom is staying with her. We see some old photos of Larsa and her mom together, and I must say Larsa was pretty. Like she actually looked like a person back then. Now she just looks like off of an assembly line of wannabe Kardashians. She's discussing how her and Marcus' relationship has dissolved. She gives her best fake cry as her mom is comforting her, and she mentions her disappointment in Lisa as a friend. What do you mean, Jody looked a little what? A little what? Jody looks like he has some work done. That's the only thing. Like he don't look. I hope you're not saying he looks a little, happy Pride Month. He just looked like he got some refreshed. That's all. Um. So the next scene, we're with my girl Kiki, looking fucking fabulous. She got loaned a yacht for the day, and Gertie is joining her. Like this is the fun I like to see. We get an update on Gertie as well as her health. She says she got some touch-ups, and I think she looks great. She says she gained 30 pounds, but she was showing off her body. She looks good. Like, I get it, Gertie. Like, you were a little, like, skinny mini, but now Gertie is thick with a Q. I don't know what she's talking about. Gertie, you look good. They're also joined by Adriana, and she immediately lets them know that she's dating a new man. We'll talk about that later, too. So then the topic moves on to Alexia getting back with Todd. Adriana thinks that Alexia's judgment is cloudy. However, she will be that friend for Alexia and, be there for her if she needs support. It's like she'll be there for her. Meanwhile, Kiki and Gertie just staring at her like, bitch, you are the last person that Alexia's going to go to for support. And they're all laughing at that. Even Adriana. Isn't it crazy that Lisa is Jamaican? What, a quarter Jamaican? Half? I don't know about that. Next scene, it is the day of Lisa's man's party. Excuse me. Sorry. Live show, y'all. The ladies are arriving, and still collectively the fashions are there. Like low key, they do it better than Beverly Hills collectively. Like Beverly Hills got that silent wealth, but like the cast together, like they all be looking like money, just be looking good. And again, it drives me crazy that more people don't watch this show. Adriana really wants to make sure everyone knows that she has a hot man on her arm. She has not let go of him. Now, he looks good, but yeah, it's giving look at me. And speaking of look at me, now Gertie comes in and she arrives like, looking like Lady Gaga from the Bad Romance video. Is this old Hollywood? I don't think so. It's given brothel. That's what it's giving. She's greeting everyone and has a really awkward interaction with Julia. She asks Julia, like, how are the kids? And Martina just is like, I'm like, Gertie, I was like, what's with this cold ass reaction? Like, girl, we were talking about cancer together, and now it's like, the kids are good. They're good. Like, it looked like they didn't even want to talk to her. I was so, like, just turned off by that. Like, you old bags, like, can y'all really, like, just get over yourselves and just speak to Gertie like she's a person? I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Julia is then just mum about it. And we cut to her confessional, and she's like, "Oh, good, just like it was such a fake hello. Shut the fuck up." Oh, Julia, I see that I'm gonna have to drag you this season, you and your wife. Be prepared. Be prepared, y'all. We have a whole 15 weeks to go. So I think that Gertie literally said hello to them. Like it was a warm hello. Like there were no theatrics at all. Like it just looks like Julia at this point wants to have a problem with Gertie. And Gertie seems to clock something is going on here. So then Larsa is the last to arrive, of course. Lisa and her have a cordial greeting with pleasantries. And then moments later, they acknowledge that they need to talk. So then Larsa says, "Well, I wish you answered my calls," with a smile, or my like text messages. And Lisa doesn't know what she's talking about. And Larsa is calling her a liar. Like I think in her confessional. And then Larsa then asks, "Are you drunk?" And I was thinking in that scene, she tried it just now. She just asked her, "Are you drunk?" with a smile. And Lisa's like, "Yeah, I am." And Larsa's like, "Oh, okay. It's okay." I don't think Lisa clocked this yet, but this whole scene, it was like watching Regina George from Mean Girls and Gretchen going at it with each other. So then Lisa excuses herself from this awkward conversation, and Larsa goes back to the other ladies and tells them that Lisa is drunk. Just a mean girl, really. So then later on, Larsa makes her way to Jody without Lisa present, and she knows what she's doing. Like she tries to interrogate him about Marcus, and Jody looks so uncomfortable. Like you can see the Botox in his face, like, like right here trying to move, but it doesn't. Luckily for him, like Larsa kind of backs off for now. So then meanwhile, we see Adriana cringely telling her date to make out with her. Like it comes off very attention seeking and desperate. And at one point, you can see her date looking like, what the fuck is going on? He looks so uncomfortable as she's kissing him and his eyes is open like this. Like, why is she kissing me like this? Like, I'm just like, girl, we get it. He's fine, but literally no one is jealous of you. It's so funny. Like, yeah, you got a fine man on your arm, but no one is jealous at all. I think is anyone on the cast single? Like Alexia is still boinking Todd. Larsa at the time, I mean, he don't even look like Larsa's type, so she don't care. Marisol is married. Lisa got a man. Kiki, that don't even look like her type, but Kiki keep a baddie. Like she's lucky she's a friend of. Like she don't have to relay all that information. Gertie has a husband, so it's like no one's jealous of you, Adriana, even though you're trying. You know what? It was giving paid actor. Y'all clocked it. So then let me see. So yeah, speaking of uncomfortable, Gertie is talking to Martina now, trying to get clues on why does it feel like Julia is being cold with her. So now Martina is trying to play stupid as she sits there looking like an unwrapped mummy in sequins. Like just stone face, like, I don't know. I don't know. So then we cut to Gertie's confessional, giving her like, her side of the story, and it's pretty reasonable. Like she tried to get back on the call, but Julia was being super passive aggressive. Like didn't even tell her what the announcement was. So what could she say? What could she say? Like I'm gonna just say, well, congrats. I guess I'll find out along with the rest of the world since I'm not special. Like, I'm mad because Julia, Adriana, and Gertie, they had Julia's back. Like, they look down on Julia, the cool girls. Well, could I even call Cuban freaking frack the cool girls? But once she got in with them, she kind of just left the other two in the dust. Martina and Julia definitely made a pact to be off with Gertie. Exactly. I don't like that at all. I see y'all laughing at my comment. I'm trying to be nice to Martina, but I don't like it how she's being cold to Gertie as well because she don't deserve that. So yeah. Later on in the party, we see Jody's friend ask him to go in another room to get some AC, air conditioning. This was a moment everyone was talking about to the point where Lisa and Jody had to make separate statements. Now, my thoughts on this, it's sus. I'm sorry. Like, we're already indoors. So what AC are you talking about? And then later on, they're like behind the closed door, or this is some good AC, isn't it? No one's talking about air conditioning like that. That was a code name for something. And yeah, maybe it wasn't cocaine. Maybe it was Special K. Maybe it was that, that pink powder or something. Maybe it was something else. Like, they're technically saying, no, it wasn't cocaine. Well, what was it? Because it wasn't AC. It wasn't AC. We were all thinking the same thing, y'all. We were all thinking the same thing. So it is what it is. Like, if it was cocaine, so what? Look, I don't do cocaine. I don't. I already said that on Pop Bros. But I've seen people do it. It's not my judge, but I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to be like, like, people do cocaine in LA like weed. So in Miami, it's the same thing. I don't know. Just own it. Anyway, so all the ladies are seated together. Lisa is feeling great. And Larsa is purposely throwing shade now, giving her shit about the whole Marcus situation. She again tries to compare Lenny to Marcus, and she just sounds crazy to me trying to parallel the two. So then Lisa is trying to tell Larsa, I'm on your side. And Larsa doesn't give a fuck. Like, she is letting Lisa have it right now. Lisa tells her she can't control another person, to which Larsa responds, you can't influence a guy whose dick you suck every night? Ooh. At that point, I would have slapped the shit out of her. Like, it would have just been an involuntary reaction. Not even a backhand slap. I would have slapped her, give her an open palm slap. Like, in front of everybody. Like, bitch, are you for real right now? I can't control somebody who's... Ooh-wee. The nerve of that old hoe to say that. I was mad on Lisa's behalf. Lisa is a saint for that. But now they're going back and forth. Larsa then brings up Lenny again, and Lisa tells her, that's not fair to compare my husband of, 15 years, and we have 2 kids together? It's going left because now they're talking about each other marriages. Larsa's getting louder and says the only reason Marcus is friends with Jody is to get back at her. What an egotistical thing to say. Maybe they're actually friends. And what does Jody owe to Larsa? Larsa is friends with Lisa. Anywho, Lisa says Larsa and Marcus have broken up multiple times, and they actually left a party for their first fake breakup. Now, this particular line sets Larsa off, and she calls Lisa a fake bitch. Lisa then tells Larsa she needs to leave, and I agree. You need to leave. And also, what was it? You can leave. I can't wait till Salt Lake City comes back. I think that is the next franchise on the way back. Um, so yeah, Larsa is now having a full-on temper tantrum right now. She is really lucky this is with Lisa, because a regular person would have definitely beat her ass. She's still yelling at Lisa, and Lisa is like, there's the door. There's the door. And I love that at least Lisa in this moment is sticking up for herself, because in prior seasons, when she got into it with Larsa, she would retreat. So then, meanwhile, Lisa is wondering where Jody is, and Messy Production is showing a closed door with Jody's friend saying, well, this AC is so good in here. So then Larsa, she still doesn't leave though, and is in the bathroom talking to Kiki, trying to play the victim with her Oscar-winning tears. Lisa's telling the ladies her side, and Cuban freaking Frag, it looks like they're on Larsa's side, and Marisol tells Lisa, you've had a lot to drink. And I'm so glad Lisa, without missing a beat, saying, coming from you, Marisol, you telling somebody that they've had too much to drink when your blood type is Tito's? For real? Bitch, sit back and drink your drink. That's what I would have dismissed her ass immediately. I really want somebody to drag Marisol, because she loved trying to read the ladies from her confessionals, when I'm just like, have you seen yourself? Because you look crazy. I'm glad you found somebody to marry your ass, because you look like a Dr. Seuss character. You're a lush. So then Larsa sits back down with the ladies, and she has still not left. She calls Lisa a victim, and then she calls her stupid. Lisa then says, get out, get out, get out. Y'all, at that point, I was yelling at my TV. I was like, get out her fucking house. I was so mad. Like, Larsa was just still sitting there. I'm like, where is security? Where's security at this point? Like, get her ass out my house. She's not going to disrespect me like that. I was getting mad, and, I was getting mad on Lisa's behalf. So then, Lisa stands up and tells Larsa, don't you dare play victim. The whole world knows what you are. Get out. Oh my God. I love that she hit her with that. The whole world knows what you are. Right. An old hoe. An old hoe. Larsa finally gets up and heads out, and she has half the ladies coddling her. And then we see Gertie and Adriana. They're the only ones who didn't move from their seats. So then Larsa finally leaves. The credits are rolling, and then we see Lisa, continuing to enjoy the party. And that is where the episode ends. Now, after this went off, I was like, that is how you do a premiere. That was a great premiere, and I must say, y'all, I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was not a perfect episode, but it was a great full hour of Housewives. Like, that is how you do it. I thought Larsa was way out of line. There's a way she can express her disappointment to Lisa without making Lisa feel small, and then trying to read her ass, and also try to bring up her husband, Lenny, knowing that this man has tortured and embarrassed her on television. Like, for her to bring up Lenny just so easily. Larsa is the fake ass friend. For real. We also have not met the new girl yet. I can't wait to see how she comes off. Nicole's replacement. We shall see. Episode 2 is tonight. It's coming on in 20 minutes, y'all. So y'all are now refreshed. So hopefully after this review, y'all have Bravo turned on so we can all watch episode 2 together to get those ratings up. Can we please get it up to 300,000 this next week, please? I'm excited for the season, and I hope y'all are too. I know that last season that it was really hard for me to get to Miami every single week. So it would be a lot of 2 episodes at a time, 3 episodes at a time. I'm going to try to keep up this season. And yeah, after I watch episode 2 of Miami, I'm going to be back on here at 9 o'clock with my friend Jared, and we're going to be doing an episode of Poli Sci-Di, and we're going to be talking about the American dream and whether or not people still believe in it. So it's going to be a really fun educational episode. So yeah, join me then. And yeah, with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.